Not by might nor by power, but by my spirit, says the Lord of hosts. Not by might nor by power, but by my spirit, says the Lord of hosts. I'm Elijah, and this is the program that you're listening to. Lord God was perfect. Banned from the Bible, 3 books in one. The book Enoch, Jubilee, and Hasher. So, and this book is translated by Joseph Lupkins, 3 books in one. You read the book of Hasher first, from the time we left to go until we went in the promised land the first time. Jubilee is the prophecy of everything that was going to happen unto us from the time we left to God until this day. And Enoch's the prophecy of everything that was going to happen in the world from generation to generation. So you have to read the book, read it just like that. Hasher first, then Jubilee, then Enoch. Because you read Enoch first, you're going to throw this book on the side. Because you're going to know the similitude and what they're saying and what. But anyway, so you're going to throw it. So make sure you read it like that. So when you get to Enoch, you understand, you know everything that Enoch's saying. So the next book that the Lord God gave me was this. The Apocrypha, knowledge, wisdom, understanding, faith, patience, hope, charity, judgment, execution of righteous judgment. Who did what, when, where, how the Bible came about, how the Bible came into being. The Jews, what they did, how they did it, and why they did it. So they have that, but the Lord God gave it to me like this in a dream, wisdom book. Yeah, go look at the video, Behold Elijah, how I got the books. Go listen to that video, and it tells you how I got the books. Next book the Lord God gave to me, the demons, the Testament of Solomon. You got to know your demons, who they are, what they were, how, why, what they're doing, why they're doing it, how they're doing, what frustrates them, what they love to do, what they like, how they look, yeah, who they're afraid of, what bound them, what hurts them. All that's in that book. You got to know your demons. And this, the Testament of Solomon, this one was written by King Solomon, but you know other people translate it. But this was written by man the prophecy of the demons, what they said they was gonna do in the last days, man. Everything the Lord God gave me had prophecy in it. And then you just go read, follow the prophecies, because you know why the prophecy have to come true. Prophecy have to be fulfilled. Why? Because they of the Lord that go. And then yeah, so when you follow prophecy, you see what prophecy have came true and what prophecies you're waiting on for. Man, this book, the Testament of 12 Patriarchs, this one's written by, translated, copied by Robert H. Charles. And so Lord God told you, see, I'm going to see Elijah to you before the late and great, before the last day, before the great and dreadful day of the Lord, I'm going to send Elijah to you. And he shall turn the hearts of the children back to the father's heart back to the children. But he shall come and strike the earth with a curse. So you find that in Malachi chapter 4, verses 4 through 6. Then you ask, say, well, who are the fathers? The Reuben, Simeon, Levi, and Judah, Issachar, Zebulun, Dan and Naphtali, Gad and Asher, and Joseph and Benjamin. Those are our fathers, man. They left us everything. Exaltation of the last time, prophecy of the last time, evil of the last time. Who gonna conspire with whom against us in the last time? How we gonna? Why we was put in captivity? What we were gonna do in captivity, and how we was gonna get out of captivity, and what's gonna happen when the day we leave out of this captivity. Yeah, so go, man. The Testament of 12 Patriarchs by Robert H. Charles. So, man, I suggest you go listen to that book. And those books, with Blog Hall gave me another book. The first and second book of Adam is the conflict of Satan. How it began, when it began, and why. What he said, and what he's still doing. Yeah, he's doing the same thing, and nothing changed. I mean, the people changed, but the play is still the same. The Holy Bible came from somewhere, so all those books makes up what? The Holy Bible. Man, the Holy Bible came from somewhere. It's the reason, purpose of everything under the sun. The paper that the Lord God gave me, I told you what it is. It's not by might nor by power, but by my spirit, say the Lord of hosts. And you find that in Zechariah chapter 4, verse 6. But of course, I tell you, read Zechariah chapter 4, verses 4 through 6. Man, learn not by might, not by power, but by my spirit, says the Lord of hosts. So, what is the spirit? What is his spirit? So, go read Revelation chapter 19, verse 10. Revelation chapter 19, verse 10. And those things explain everything to you. Yeah, and then another book that the Lord gonna give, Knots of Gospel. Like I told you before, they got things in Knots of Gospel. Knots of Gospel, Thomas, Mary, and John. They got things in that book. It's not in the Holy Bible. And then they got things in that book that are in the Holy Bible, just written a different way. I suggest you go get it. Find out what your Lord God did, man. A lot of things Jesus did and said and did. And in the Acts of John, that's not in the Holy Bible. And the words that he said in the Gospel of Thomas, man, and the Gospel of Mary, man, have a lot of things that them people hiding from you. Jesus told you, man, the Pharisees and scribes have taken the keys of knowledge and hidden them from you. That's what they have done. That's what they have done. Of course, you know I have two dreams for you. And man, time is wrapping up fast. I told you only got 3 years left. Now you don't have to believe me. That's up to you. But that's not going to change what's going to happen. It's not going to change. It's not going to stop it one bit. And the only thing you're going to do, then you have something to pay for. That's all. So let's go ahead. Let's get into it. I had a dream. And the dream was about, I had a lot of dreams yesterday because you know, yesterday was the Sabbath day, the covenant day. So I dreamed about Al Pacino. I was handcuffed on this man. The man was hungry, and Al stopped to talk to this woman and said he was born out of necessity. That's what he told the woman. And as he finished talking to the woman, he went back. They had a piece of a stock that was sticking out of the ground. So when I say a piece of stock, it was like a 2x2 that it was in the ground. And the man wanted to eat, and Al went over and broke the stock that was sticking up out of the ground and said to the thief, "It's born out of necessity because he wants to eat." He took the man. I don't know if he took the handcuffs off, but he took him into the restaurant together with him. So I will repeat the dream. Al Pacino, a handcuff. Yeah, he had this man handcuffed. He had his hand. He was handcuffed to this man. The man was hungry. Al stopped and talked to this woman and said he was born out of necessity. And as he finished talking to the woman, he went back and they had a piece of stock that was sticking up out of the ground. The man wanted to eat. Al went over, broke the stock that was sticking up out of the ground and said the thief is born out of necessity because he wants to eat. He took the man. I don't know if he took the handcuffs off the man, but both him, yeah, both of them, he took him and went into the restaurant. Both of them together. So that was one dream. Next dream, I was in the storehouse purchasing food. The young lady said that I had an easy ring up. So I went and to pay her the money. I went to pay her with the money. Money was gone. I had the money in my hand. And so when I went to pay her, the money was gone. We were outside in the yard full of people. I looked around for it, even asked a man in the truck, did he see it or have he found it? He said, no. I started looking for it, but just kept picking up everywhere I was picking up dollar bills. As I was looking for the money, I was picking up dollar bills here and there. So I told the young lady, the cashier, to look at the tape. They got videos everywhere, the camera, everything. I said, go look at the tape. She comes out and asks her, did they find it? Did they find it or did they find him? She saw what, yeah, did you see what I was looking for? Or did you see it or did you look for it? These two men walks out behind her out the store. They go over and ask the man, tell him they seen him, but he didn't give it to them. Yeah. So they saw the man who had had gotten the money. I guess he must have pickpocketed me. That's how he got the money. So they called him over to tell him, they called me over and to tell him to give it back. He says no. I said, call the police. And then the two men said, no. See, I turned around and grabbed him. But yeah, I told him, go ahead and call the police. And the two men said, no. The two men said, no. I turned around, grabbed him by his head, and tell him, give it back. And it's not about you. Give him the money once you go out of this yard. So that's what I did. I called him around his head And I told him, say, get the money. But I was looking out at the yard. Yeah, when I told him call the police, I was walking out the yard, man. I just, yeah. And so they said, no, no, don't do that. Then that was the two security guards. I said, no, don't do that. Then I came back, grabbed him by his head to tell him to give back the money. Uh, at once, give it the money once you go back, you go out of this yard. So I put on, put on the outside of the yard. I was put out, I was put outside the yard. I tell them, you go out there and not give it back. That will, okay. I'll read it to you again. No, not all of them. I'm just gonna read the bottom part. So I grabbed his head to tell him, give it back. It's not about you giving me the money back. Once you go out of this yard. That's why I tell him, so it's not about you giving me the money back. It's once you go out this yard, I put on, once you go out the side of this yard, I tell him, or you go out there and not give me back that money, watch what have taken from me. Man, told you, see, I've been half asleep writing these things, but you got, like I said, you got to write down something. Because if you don't write down something, you're not going to remember it. So I'm going by what I say, but I could remember the dream now. So I grabbed the man by his shoulder neck. Said, man, give me the money back. It's not about you giving me the money back. It's about what's gonna happen to you once you go outside this yard. And I tell him, so I told him, say once you go out there and not give me that money back, watch what's gonna happen to you. You're gonna have, well, that what you have taken from me, you are a dead man. So that's why I told him, said, that what you have taken from me, you're a dead man, because once you become holy and you're a prophet of the Lord, you know whatever they happen, whatever they wish for you is going to happen to them. Whatever they do unto you is going to happen to them. Yeah, even unto death. Yeah. And so I was just trying to help him and try to tell him, say, man, it's not about you giving me the money back. It's about if you don't give me the money back and you go out there, you're going to be a dead man. That's what I told him. And so, anyway, so that's how it goes. So let's go ahead. Let's get it together. So we're going to Jeremiah chapter 10. Jeremiah chapter 10. Hear ye the word which the Lord spake unto you, O house of Israel. Thus said the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen. Be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. For the heathen are dismayed at them. For the custom of the people are vain. For one cut a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workman with the axe. They deck it with silver and with gold. They fasten it with nails and with hammers, that it move not. They are upright as the palm tree, but speak not. They must need to be born, because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil. Neither also is it in them to do good. For as much there is none like unto them, O Lord, thou art great, and thy name is great in might. Who would not fear thee, O King of nations? For to thee do it appertain. It's a appertain. For as much as among all the wise men of the nation and in all the kingdom there is none like unto thee. Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 7. I'm repeating. Who will not fear thee, O King of nations? For to thee doeth it appertain. For as much as among all the wise men of the nation and in all their kingdom there is none like unto thee. But they are altogether brutish and foolish. The stock is a doctrine of vanity. Okay, we'll repeat that. But they are altogether brutish and foolish. The stock is a doctrine of vanity. Silver sprayed into a place that bought from Tarshish, and gold from Euphrates. The work of the workman and of the hands of the founder, blue and purple, is their covering. They are all the work of cunning men. But the Lord is the true God, He is the living God, an everlasting King. At his wrath the earth shall tremble, and the nation shall not be able to abide in its indignation. Thus shall you say to them, the gods that have not made the heavens and the earth, even they shall perish from the earth and from under these heavens. He hath made the earth by his power. He hath established the word. He hath established the world by his wisdom. He hath stretched out the heavens by his discretion. When he uttereth his voice, there is a multitude of waters in the heaven, and he caused the vapors to ascend from the ends of the earth. He maketh lightning with rain, and bringeth forth the wind out the treasure. Every man is brutish in his knowledge. Every founder is confounded by the graven image. For his molten image is falsehood, and there is no breath in them. They are vanity in the works of error. In the time of their visitation, they shall perish. A portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things, and Israel is the ride of his inheritance. The Lord of hosts is his name. Gather up the wares out the land, O inhabitants of the fortress. For thus saith the Lord, behold, I will sling out the inhabitants of the land at this once, and will distress them, and they may find it so. Woe is me for my hurt. My wound is grievous, but I say truly this is a grief, and I must bear it. That my tabernacle is spoiled, and all my cords are broken. My children are gone forth of me. They are not. There is none to stretch forth my tent any more, and set up my curtains. For the pastors are become brutish, and have not sought the Lord. Therefore they shall not prosper, and their flocks shall be scattered. Behold, the noise of the brutish come, a great commotion out of the north country, to make the city of Judah desolate, and then dragons. O Lord, I know that the way of man is not in itself. It is not in a man that walks to direct his steps. O Lord, correct me, but with judgment, not in thy anger, lest thou bring me to nothing. Pour out thy fury upon the heathen that know thee not, and upon the families that call not on thy name. For they have eaten up Jacob, and devoured him, and consumed him, and have made his habitation desolate. So, man, I mean, self-explanatory. And when you go to not by might, not by power, but this paper here, and it say, single mothers mean widow. Fatherless children mean daddy are absent from the home. Gold and silver plate means a badge. Yeah, that's what it is, badge. And sepulchre means body. So that's what that's not by my part. And Lord God gave me that, man. Lord God gave me that. Yeah, because during that time, man, they doing it now. Yeah, they're killing the fatherless children. They're killing the single mothers, killing them too also, yeah. And they putting a burden on them that they cannot bear. And then like I said, gold and silver. Gold and silver. Let me go back to that. Yeah. They deck it with gold and silver and fixing it with nails and hammers. So that's the Christmas tree there. Yeah. But that's the Christmas tree. When they deck it with gold. All right. But when they say verse 9, Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 9. Silver spread and took place and brought from Tarshish, and gold from Euphrates, the work of workmen, and the hands of the founder. Blue and purple is their clothing. So who are dressed in blue and purple? And all the work of cunning men. So, the policemen, they're some cunning people. Yeah, them people lie to you and do anything else to get you to do that. And see how they force them children into children that do nothing. Talking about more than, I just can't talk about those in New York. All over, that's what they're doing. You got so many innocent people in jail. So many innocent people that went to jail and came out. They don't tell you about them though, huh? Yeah, I knew one. Yeah, done 18 years for another man crime. That's what he did. Yeah, then he came out and it was some backward stuff that went on. But anyway, so we're going on another thing. I don't know why I say elders, but Esdras, Esdras, Esdras. I say Eldras, Esdras, second Esdras. Okay, we're going to Ecclesiasticus, and we're going to, I thought I was going to chapter, well, I guess it's chapter 49. I think it's just chapter 49. The remembrance of Josiah is like a composition of composition of perfume that is made by the art of an apothecary. Apothecary is sweet as honey in all mouth, and as music at the banquet of wine. He behaved himself upright in the conversion of the people and took away the abomination of iniquity. He directed his heart unto the Lord. In the time of the ungodly, he established the worship of God. All except David and Ezekiel, Josiah were defective, for they forsook the law of the Most High. Even the kings of Judah failed. Therefore, he gave their power unto others, and their glory to a strange nation. They burnt the chosen city of the sanctuary and made the streets desolate, according to the prophecy of Jeremiah. For they entreated him evil, who nevertheless was a prophet, sanctified in his mother's womb, that he might root out and afflict and destroy, that he might build up also and plant. It was Ezekiel, let's say Ezekiel, don't say Ezekiel, Ezekiel, who saw the glorious vision which was shown him upon the chariot of the cherubims. He made mention of the enemies under the figure of the rain, and directed them that went right. And all of them 12 prophets left memorial be blessed, and let their bones flourish again out of their place, for they comfort Jacob and deliver them from assured hope. How will we magnify Zerubbabel? Even he was a signet on the right hand. So was Jesus the son of Josedek, who in their time built a house and set up an holy temple to the Lord, was prepared for an everlasting glory. And among the elect, Nehemus, whose renown is great, who raised up for us the walls that was fallen, and set up the gates and the bars, and raised up our ruins again. But upon the earth was no man created like Enoch, for he was taken from the earth. Neither was there a man born unto Joseph, a governor of his brother, to stay of the people, whose bones was regarded of the Lord. Sem and Seth were in a great honor among men, and so was Adam above every living thing in the creation. So that's is Ecclesiasticus chapter 49. So then after that it goes into them putting the Bible together, the Holy Bible together. Okay, I'm not finished. Not finished yet. Not finished yet. So now, so they gave the stock, going back to the stock, going back to Isaiah chapter 40. Isaiah chapter 40. That's where we're going. Let's see. Oh, man. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 40. Comfort ye, my people, say your God. Speak comfortably to Jerusalem, cry unto her, that her warfare is accomplished, that her iniquity is pardoned, and she hath received the Lord's head double for all her sins. The voice of him that cried in the wilderness, prepare ye the way of the Lord, and make straight the desert a highway of our God. Every valley should be exalted, and every mountain and hill should be made low, and the crooked should be made straight, and the rough places plain, and the glory of the Lord should be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together, for the mouth of the Lord has spoken it. The voice he cried, he said, what shall I cry? All flesh is grass, and all the goodness thereof is a flower of the field. The grass withered and the flower faded, because the Spirit of the Lord bloweth upon it. Surely the people is grass, and the grass withered and the flower faded, but the word of our God shall stand forever. O Zion, that bringeth good tidings, get thee up into the high mountains. O Jerusalem, that bringeth good tidings, lift up the voice with strength, lift it up, and be not afraid. Say unto the cities of Judah, behold your God. Behold, the Lord God will come with a strong hand. His arm shall rule for him. Behold, his reward is with him, and his work before him. He shall feed his flock like a shepherd. He shall gather the lamb with his arm, and carry them in his bosom, and shall gently lead those that are with young. Who has measured the waters in the hollow of his hand, and meted out heaven with the span, and comprehended the dust of the earth in a measure, and weighed the mountains in a scale, and the hills in a balance? Who have directed the Spirit of the Lord, and being his counselor hath taught him? Who took counsel? Who instructed him? Who taught him the path of judgment, taught him knowledge, and showed him the way of understanding? Behold, the nations are as a drop of a bucket, and accounted the small dust of balance. Behold, he taketh up the hours a very little thing. And Lebanon is not sufficient to burn, nor the beasts that are sufficient for a burning offering. All nations behold him before him are as nothing, and they are counted for him less than nothing in vanity. To whom then will we liken God? Or what likeness will we compare unto him? The workman melted a graven image, and a goldsmith spreaded it over with gold, and cast silver chains. He that is so impoverished that he have no oblation chooses a tree that will not rot. He seeketh unto him a cunning workman to prepare a graven image that shall not be moved. Have you not known? Have you not heard? Have you not been told from the beginning? Have you not understood from the foundation of the earth? It is he that sitteth upon the circle of earth, and all the inhabitants thereof are as grasshopper, that stretches out the heavens as a curtain, and spread them out as a tent to dwell in. Bringeth the prince to nothing, and maketh the judges of the earth as vanity. Yea, they should not be planted, yea, they should not be sown, yea, their stock shall not take root in the earth, and he shall also blow upon them, and they shall wither, and the whirlwind shall take them away as stubble. To whom then will he liken me, or shall I be equal, said the Holy One? Lift up your eyes on high, and behold who hath created these things, that bringeth out their hosts by number, and called them all by the names of the greatness of his might. For that is his strong in power, not one failing. I'll repeat that. That's Isaiah chapter 40, verse 26. Isaiah chapter 40. Lift up your eyes on high, and behold, who hath created these things, that bringeth out their hosts by number. He calleth them all by names, by the greatness of his might. For that he is strong in power, and not one faileth. Why sayest thou, O Jacob, speak it, O Israel? My ways is hid from the Lord, and my judgment is passed over from my God. Hast thou not known, hast thou not heard, that the everlasting God, the creator of the ends of the earth, fainteth not, neither is weary. There is no searching of his understanding. He giveth power to the faint, and to them that have no might he increases strength. Even the youth shall faint and be weary, and the young men shall utterly fall. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles, run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. So man, so much in this here, but man, they have uh, they have done so many things against us, and I could just go through this and lift up your eyes on, behold, who had created these things, bringing out their host by number and calling them all by his name greatly of his sight. So, when you go into Psalm, the book of Psalm, King David tell you, say, he called all the stars in heaven and named them all. And named them all. Yeah. So let's go to verse 40, 27. I'm not going through all of it because mostly it's about Christmas that they serve and taking the trees and the Christmas trees and all that stuff you're doing to them. That's not of God. All that is of man. None of that is of God. Christmas is not of God. That of Nimrod. All that is of Nimrod. Yeah. Oh yeah. So Isaiah chapter 4. Why sayest thou, O Jacob, speak it, O Israel, my way is hid from the Lord, and my judgments pass over from my God. And I keep on telling you over and over again, the people think they can commit all the sin, fornication, abomination, adultery, praying to trees, praying to stocks, and think nothing is going to happen. But that's a lie. That is a lie. You go in on worship. I did it too. I didn't know no better. My mom had those they had those gold and silver trees, Christmas tree, and put all that foolishness up under it. And none of that is of God. But where she learned that from? She learned that from the heathen. And that's what you're doing. You're imitating the heathen ways. And you're going to pay for that because once you didn't know, but now you know. I done read it to you in Jeremiah and read it to you in Isaiah that those trees are not of God. It's not of God. God has nothing to do with Christmas. Nor were you born on that day. So you just go right on ahead, think you're going to do those things, and nothing's going to happen. But you're a lie. Something else is going to happen. You'll see. You'll see. Just keep on. Just keep on, keep on, keep on. So let's go. Let me get this out while I got a few minutes left. Let's get this out. Let's go to the book of Adam. I told you these things have never changed. And the same thing that Satan did to the Adam, same thing he's doing to us. That's right. And you just go ahead on and keep on going. And then one day it's going to be over. And then you're going to say, oh God, nobody said. And the Lord God said, did you seek me with all your heart? Because I told you when you seek him with all your heart, you shall find him. And then when you find him, all these things that haven't been revealed unto you will be revealed. Because that's what I done. I repented with my whole heart, just like King David said. I humbled myself. I put on sackcloth and ashes and haven't taken them off since that day. Okay. And so, and Lord God just kept on revealing more things and more things unto me. So the more things he revealed unto me, the more things I wanted. Yeah. The more things I wanted. So, man, just keep me this right. This right now, I could be reading something that Lord God revealed to me and say, what that mean. That don't mean what they say. What those pastors and preachers say mean. No, I say that don't mean that. And then the Lord God take me, bring me back all the way to the beginning of it and show me what it means. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's right. Because just like right now, say you go see the people say, all of them say the same thing. Oh, Satan have transformed himself into an angel of light. So where's that found at? Show me that in the Holy Bible. Show it to me. So let's go to the Holy Bible. Let's see. I got time for do this one. So let's go. Let's say Satan has transformed himself into an angel of light. Let's go. Yeah, because I just want to show you, I just want to prove to you that these people are lying to you. And you got to get out those church houses. Them church houses was created as a trap to get you in there. And once you get in there, they got you. Oh yeah. I was looking at this picture on Netflix, and he was talking about this man with the man with those senators and they have that prayer breakfast. Yeah, the prayer breakfast. Man, that's a big old trap. And they done that all over the world. And and put Jesus' name, put tag of Jesus on there, and they go right behind it, not knowing that that's the name of Jesus. That's the name. And in the name of Jesus, them people have done all type of dirt, all type of things. You look at all that stuff, and all that stuff is lily white. So they got together all the lily whites. Yeah, all Esau children all over the world. They're in rule and they're power. But the Lord God told you, say that day will come. Say when Esau children owns and rule everything, what gonna happen? The end. So I'm just telling you, all these prophecies are being fulfilled. Yeah, I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you, all the prophecies are being fulfilled one by one. So, man. So let's go. So it says Satan has transformed uh, 2 Corinthians chapter 11. 2 Corinthians chapter 11. Um, okay, so Apostle Paul had him. Yeah. Will God bear with me a little in my folly, and thee bear with me, for I am jealous over you, godly jealously, for I have espoused you one husband, that I may present you a chaste virgin to Christ. But I fear lest by any means you beguile, as the serpent beguiled Eve through his subtlety, so your mind shall be corrupted from the simplicity that is in Christ. Well, the simplicity that is in Christ. Yeah, for if they come and preaching another Jesus who have not preached, or if you receive another spirit which you have not received, or another gospel which you have not accepted, you might well bear with him. For I suppose I was not with behind the very chief apostle. But though I be rude in speech, yet not in knowledge, but we have been thoroughly made manifest among you in all things. I have committed an offense and abased myself that ye might be exalted, because I have preached to you the gospel of God freely. See that? See that? I preach to you the gospel of God freely. I rob other churches, taking wages of them to do you service. But when I was present with you and wanted, I was chargeable to no man. For that which was lacking to me, the brethren which came from Macedonia supplied. In all things I have kept myself from being burdensome unto you. And so will I keep myself. This 2 Corinthians chapter 11. And as the truth, of Christ is in me, no man should stop me of this boasting in the region of Achaia. Wherefore, because I love you not, God knoweth, but what I do, that I will do. Yeah, but what I do, that I will do, that I may cut off the occasion from them which desires occasion, that wherein the glory that they may be found even as we. For such are false apostles, deceitful workers, transform themselves into the apostles of Christ. Oh, yeah. For such are false apostles, deceitful workers, transforming themselves into the apostles of Christ. Let's see. And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed to angel of light. Therefore, it is no great thing for his minister also to see. Therefore, it is no great thing if his ministers also be transformed as the ministers of righteousness, whose end should be according to their works. I say again, let no man think me a fool, if otherwise, yet as a fool receive me, that I may boast myself a little. For that which I speak it not after the law, but as it were foolishly, in the confidence of boasting. Seeing that they may glory after the flesh, I will glory also. For you suffer fools gladly, seeing yourselves are wise. For you suffer if a man bring unto you bondage, if a man devour you, if a man take of you, if a man exalt himself, if a man smite you on the face. I speak concerning a reproach. As though we had been weak, howbeit whatsoever in it is bold. I speak foolishly, for I am bold also. So that's Apostle Paul. So he's going on, uh, telling what happened to him. Tell him what he going on, tell him what's happened to it. But anyway, so how he was ripped, shipwrecked. So, but anyway, we're gonna start. We're gonna go back. For as such are false apostles, deceitful workers, transform themselves in apostle of Christ, and no more forsake themselves, transform into an angel of light. So where's that found in? So therefore, it's no great thing if his minister also be transformed in the righteousness, minister of righteousness, who in should be according to their works. So I tell you now, I keep telling you, get out of her. That was Lord God said, get out of my people, be not partaker of her sin. Be not partaker of sin. What happened is God cursed Satan. Yeah, God cursed Satan. So Satan can't, God cursed Satan. Satan are not doing these works. Man are doing these works. Yeah, man are doing Satan works. That's what he did. You watch this movie, Wesley Snipes played in this movie. I can't even think of the movie, but he played Satan in the movie. What people don't understand, him and Sylvester Stallone. And yeah, both was the wicked father and wicked. And Wesley Snipes played the villain. And he played Satan in the movie. You got to know how Satan looked in order for to know that Wesley Snipes played Satan in the movie. But anyway, so to get in this place, and so this one man, now he had taken over everything. Yeah, he had taken over the food. He had taken over everything that was going on. This man was in charge of. He had taken it over, and that represented Esau children. Yeah, and it represents it represents Esau children. And so Esau children had it so that Satan couldn't kill them. And that's the same thing right now. God had cursed Satan. So Satan can't, God cursed Satan. Satan can't destroy the plants and all that. No, you can't destroy that. Man have to destroy that. So, but anyway, so in the movies, Satan confront Esau. But Esau already knew that the devil couldn't kill him. So that's what's going on now. Esau already know the devil can't kill him because God cursed the devil. So what the devil do? The devil give the gun to another man and say, kill this fool. And that's what he did. I'm just telling you what the movie's about. But you don't see that. No, you don't see that. Why? Because it's entertainment to you, and that's not real, which is a lie. And all them people doing is summoning up demons, and them demons like that. Them demons love to be worshipped by man. So if you read, the Testament of Solomon, you know that the demons like to be worshipped like man. Yeah. So we're going to this book. When I say this book, we're going to the first. We're going to the first and second book of Adam and Eve, and this one is written by Joseph Lumpkins. And we're going to page 38. Page 38, and we starting at it had more than page. Let me see. We're going to chapter XX511. Chapter XX511. I don't trust myself saying, because in another time I would say that's 2527, but then when I go type it in Google, it's a whole new number. So I'm playing the same, saying XX511. And we're going to verse, that's chapter. And we're going to, we're going to start at, we're gonna start at page. We're gonna start on page 37. We're gonna do the whole chapter. See, we're gonna do the whole chapter. We're gonna do XXV11, and Satan, the hater of all that is good, saw how they continued to pray, and God communed with them. See. That's what this is about. When you go to a church house in those buildings, that wasn't supposed to be nothing but for worship, nothing else. Not collecting monies, not doing all that, nothing but for worship. Listen, see, Satan, the hater of all that is good, so how they continue in prayer and how they commune and how God communed with them and comfort them, and how they had accepted their offering. Satan made a phantasm. He began by transforming his host. In his hand was a shining, glimmering fire, and there was a huge light. Then he placed his throne near the mouth of the cave because he could not enter it due to their prayers. And that's the church house right now, what's going on now. No, Satan can't enter it, but Satan get into them people, and them people can enter into it. Yeah. And he showed the light into the cave until the cave glistened all over. And Adam and Eve, while his host began to sing praises, Satan did this so that when Adam saw the light, he would think to himself that it was a heavenly light, and Satan, the host, was the angels, and that God had sent them to watch the cave and give him the light in the darkness. Isn't that what's going on right now? Yeah, that was going on right now in the church houses. Let's see. Because Satan can Satan into the church house? Okay. Then he placed a throne at the mouth of the cave because he could not enter in due to their prayers. And he shone the light into the cave until the cave glistened all over Adam and Eve, that his host began to sing, and then his host began to sing praises. Satan did this so that when Adam saw the light, he would think to himself that it was a heavenly light, and that Satan's hosts were angels, and that God had sent them to watch at the cave and give him light in the darkness. Satan planned that when Adam came out of the cave and saw them, Adam and Eve bowed to Satan, then he would overcome Adam and humble him before God a second time. That's what this is all about. Yeah. And you falling right for it. Come out in church, I'm telling you, the men are the ministers of Satan. That's who they are. Watch what they do. Just like, man, when you go read first and second book of Adam, in the second book of Adam, you read first book, it tells you, well, we're going to go to the second book, and it reads how Cain and Abel conflict, and how Cain went off for Satan, and the same thing with Esau, went off for Satan. Come on, bro. Yeah, Cain went off was Satan. Wherefore Adam and Eve saw the light, thinking it was real, and strengthened their hearts. Then as they was trembling, Adam said to Eve, look at this great light, and at those many songs of praise, and the host standing outside who won't come into our cave. Why don't they tell us what they want, or where they are from, or what the meaning of this light, or what those praises are, or why they have been sent to this place, and why they won't come in? If they were from God, they will come into the cave with us and would tell us why they were sent. Then Adam stood up and prayed to God with a burning heart and said, O Lord, is there in the world another God besides you, who created angels and filled them with light and sent them to keep us? Who will come with them? But look, we see these hosts, they stand at the mouth of the cave. They are in great light, and they sing loud praises. If they are of some other gods, then you tell me. And if they are sent by you, inform me of the reason from which you have sent them. You see? And so that was in the church hour. Man, they singing loud and praise and all that, just like and who they are of. Come on, man. Come on. That was Apostle Paul just finished telling in 2 Corinthians. No sooner had Adam said this, then the angel of God appeared to him in the cave and said, who said to him, O Adam, fear not. This is Satan and his host. He wished to deceive you as he deceived you at first. For the first time he was hidden in the serpent, but this time he has come to you in the likeness of an angel of light, in order that when you worship him, he might enslave you in the very presence of God. And that's what y'all doing. Y'all being enslaved in the very presence of God. I'm going to read it to you again. I'll read it to you. He wishes to deceive you at first. For the first time he was hidden in the serpent, but this time he has come to you in the likeness of an angel of light, in order that you will worship him, and he might enslave you in the very presence of God. An angel of light. Come keep reading. Then the angel went from Adam and seized Satan at the opening of the cave and stripped him of his false image, lie, and pretense. He had assumed and brought him in his own hideous form to Adam and Eve, who were afraid of him when they saw him. And the angel said to Adam, this hideous form has been ever since God made him fall from heaven. See, God burnt him up, made him fall from heaven and burned his butt up, and he got a hideous form. And that's why what he is. He's a shapeshifter. Yeah, the shapeshifter. Dream that had. Just like we say, the Lord God said he should mount up like eagle. And I told him that dream boy, that woman, yeah, she prepared me a sandwich. And the little boy was sitting down. And the little boy was sitting down, and she prepared me a sandwich. And after she prepared me a sandwich, she walked away, and boy, she mounted up like an eagle, and they had all them eagles flying away. Yeah. And so the little boy, I went to the little boy, and the little boy, I gave him a piece of my sandwich. That was the dream. Okay. So now, therefore, his form has been ever since God made him to fall from heaven. He could not have come near you in it. Therefore, he transformed himself into an angel of light. See that? So that's where he says Satan transformed himself into an angel of light. But they don't know that. They don't know that. All they say, because I used to do it to regurgitate that same old foolishness, that same old lies, same old half-truth. I used to say, oh, Satan has transformed himself into an angel of light. Yeah, I used to say it, not knowing where it's coming from. Not knowing. Just going along with the other preachers, pastors, and shepherds, and all them others saying, hey, Satan has transformed himself into an angel of light. And I'm in a church house, and I'm the one being transformed myself. Yeah. With all that, I used to wear that too. Brook Brothers suits and JC suits and all that foolishness. Yeah. Spencer, wear all that stuff, bro. They ain't nothing but foolishness. Like he said, we transform ourselves to be ministers and apostles, and we're not. We're just after the money, lucre, filthy things. Praises a man to be boastful, walking down the street, strutting like a peacock head, and people say who you are, and I'm Pastor so and so, and I'm Dr. Reverend so and so, I'm Dr. Pastor so and so. I'm nothing but a big lie. That's who you are. That's right. Therefore, he transformed himself into an angel of light. Then the angel drove Satan and his hosts away from Adam and Eve and said to them, fear not, God who created you will strengthen you. And the angel left, but Adam and Eve remained standing in the cave, and no consolation came to them as they was divided in their thoughts. And when it was morning, they prayed and went out to seek the garden, for their hearts was seeking it, and they could get no consolation from having left it. So that's what he did. He kept on. It kept on. Yeah. Yeah, they was trying to get consolidated and left that garden and fall, boy, and boy, you don't understand. Boy, if you only could understand that these people in the garden praising God and was like gods in that garden. That's right. Yeah, they was afraid when they used to see Adam and Eve. They were afraid of Adam and Eve because Adam and Eve was made in the image of God, and they thought they was God. That's right. And boy, they was praying, boy, and everything was blessed them and praised them, and they would be blessed and praising God. And when they fell, boy, they missed that. They was trying to get back to it. Adam and Eve was praying and doing everything. And so when you read this book, every time you look around, Adam was trying to figure out a way to get back to that garden. Him and Eve. He was bringing Eve along with him. Come on, baby. Let's go. Let's see how we can get back into that garden. And even though Eve had caused that, he stuck with her. And she stuck with him. And they went through it, and just like today, but they all want to run behind Satan and all that foolishness. So you go right on ahead. You go right on ahead. And I want to stick with the law of God because he didn't taught me how to suffer, and suffering is a very good thing. I'm telling you, when the law of God say suffer, so you see, he say, I'm gonna teach you how to suffer. And you're gonna learn how to suffer so that you won't suffer. And that's what it is. That's what keeping the Sabbath day is all about. Keeping that covenant day is all about, man. When you start keeping that covenant day and really start keeping that covenant day, man, you find when people be going through all that stuff, and you don't be going through none of that. Why? Because the Lord God done taught you about suffering, what suffering is, and how to suffer that you won't suffer, just like he said. This is like he said. But anyway, so back to what I'm telling you is why you go in those church houses and those ministers are of Satan, and they have transformed themselves into be apostles of light, ministers of light, but they're still of Satan. So every time one come out their mouth and ask for money and stuff like that, you know they are not of God. You know they're of Satan. Because all God wants you to come back into the bonds, praising and worship him just like your father Adam did. Trying to get back in that garden, just praise and worship him. Get back on top of that holy mountain, sacrifice, praising and worship him. And that's what they did. So, all I can do is tell it to you. I'll tell it to you. Keep on telling it to you till the time run out. The time is running out. It's running out. Prophecies are being fulfilled each and every day, every single minute, every single hour, every single day. Prophecies are being fulfilled. Everything is measured and weighed. Okay, I read that to you. I read that to you, and I read that to you when the Job. I read that to you about Job. When Job, when Job Reu, Moses' father-in-law, when he was a counselor to Pharaoh, and he was telling Pharaoh all the things, and then Balaam told him all the things. Pharaoh, all of them told all the things, and Pharaoh's heart was hardened. So you see how his heart was hard. So you need to know these things, man. I'm not just telling you things just to be telling you things. You got to know these things. You got to know this thing. Yeah. Because the knowledge of God is more than the sacrifice of God. So let me give that to you, then I'm gone. Going till next time. Let's see, yeah. Oh man. I see. Oh, see. Because that's what God wants you to know. That's what the Lord God told you. Said when they shake off that intoxication, but that's all y'all doing, man. Man, that's what Jesus said. When you shake off that intoxication, then you're gonna wanna yeah, man. That's when, man. Let me see. When you take off this intoxication, you're gonna become thirsty for God again. Man, come on, man. Come on, man. You're gonna become thirsty for God again. You're gonna become thirsty for the knowledge of God again. That's what the Lord God telling you, man. But hey, well, I say, yeah. Okay, so we're gonna yeah. Uh, go to yeah. We go to we're going to Hosea chapter 6, verse 6. Hosea chapter 6, verse 6. For I desire, this is the Lord God saying. Well, we're going to start at verse 5. Hosea chapter 6, verse 5. Therefore I have hemmed them by my prophets. I have slain them by the words of my mouth, and the judgment are as the light that goes forth. For I desire mercy and not sacrifice, and the knowledge of God more than a burnt offering. That what you heard it say? He required mercy. Yeah, mercy. You see, I desire mercy and not sacrifice, and the knowledge of God more than the burnt offering. That's the Lord God telling you what he required. Hey, man, come on, bro. That's the Lord God telling you what He requires. He wants you to know the knowledge of God more than the sacrifice of God. That's what He requires. So anyway, so I digress. This is not my might nor by power, but by my spirit, said the Lord of hosts. And I'm Elijah. Until next time.